Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about kind of my dream second wave for the Endgame series from Marvel Legends. So I do this every now and then where I kind of do a dream or a most wanted type of thing, kind of creating a wave myself, and I thought it would be fun to do one for Endgame. Now, I haven't seen the movie at the time of filming this and posting this, so if you're watching this after the movie comes out, I'm sure once I see the movie, my opinions will be changed. They've held so much back from the movie that I wouldn't be surprised if there's some new looks, maybe a character or two that we're not expecting, things like that, that I would kind of put in this list. But at the time of not seeing this movie and trying to keep as spoiler free as I can, here's kind of my list of my dream picks for a second wave of Marvel Legends from Endgame. So yeah, so now I did decide to go all movie. Obviously, do I really think the next wave for Endgame will be all movie? No. I think that most likely it'll have several comic figures that I could care absolutely less about. I do like comic figures. It's just I don't like them as much as movie ones, and they've been picking some really bad characters lately, in my opinion, especially for like the first Endgame wave. I really hated all those comic figures. So I don't think a wave is actually going to turn out like this. However, if I had my choice, if I had my pick, this would be my assortment. So I have my phone for Endgame Wave 2. So yeah, so let's get into it. Starting off at the top there, I have Iron Man, his Mark 80, which is quite a high mark, but it's a neat looking suit. I like the kind of classic throwback to the classic design of the costume in the original comic books, where you have the gold upper arms and upper legs. So I think it's really cool that they're kind of harkening back to that. And I think this would be just a nice armor to get. I'm sure that we will get this one. I'm not. I don't think that this is one that they'll pass up on. Then we have Nebula. Now we have a Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and we have a Nebula that you can kind of turn into the Quantum Realm suit type of thing, the white suit. But we don't have one with her in her red costume, which she wears in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Infinity War, and Endgame. So, like, her biggest costume we don't have yet, which is weird that we have, like, her other costumes that we get to see her in the least amount of time. So, I definitely want Nebula in her red costume. I think that's pretty necessary for the character, and for all of her like major moments in these movies, it's in that red costume. And then we have Hawkeye. Now we did get a Ronin figure in the first wave, so I would like a Hawkeye figure in this wave. And for the fact that they didn't give us a Hawkeye head sculpt with that Ronin figure, I think that they are going to give us a regular Hawkeye in his. It's kind of a new suit. It's basically a dressed down version of his Ronin costume, essentially. So I think that will be very cool. And yeah, it's been a while since we got a good Hawkeye figure, I feel. And the head sculpt that they did for the Quantum Realm one, Quantum Realm suit, they can still use for this one. It's just it would be cool if they redesigned it a little bit. And then next down here, now I considered making him the Build-A-Figure, but he's not that big. And considering I have another smaller character in this wave, I think it would be appropriate if they gave us the kind of bulkier War Machine. Just as a regular figure and not a Build-A-Figure. I think that would be really cool. I'm from what we can see, because we don't have many shots of it, but from the shots that we have of it in the movie, the new War Machine armor looks sweet, because he wears a couple different armors in this new movie. He wears, I can't tell if his white suit is this one or if it's the other one in white. I'm just not sure. But I like the bulky one like this. I think it looks very cool. There's a Lego set that's like a Warbuster set. That might be what this is, but this like isn't as big as the Hulkbuster or anything like that, so I'm not sure. But no matter what, I think it's a great looking armor, and I'd definitely love a Marvel Legends of it. Next up, Captain America in his new suit with the kind of chainmetal design in the chest. I think that's super necessary and one that we'll definitely get. We did get a Quantum Realm version of him, but I think this new version is super necessary, so that will be great as well. And then lastly, I'd round out the wave with Rocket. Now, I do something a little different with this Rocket, though. If I had to pick it, I think this is totally reasonable, that they give us two bodies, basically. So you get just one head with it, but you get two bodies and maybe like one tail, so that you can kind of mix and match between the figure to make him in his Quantum Realm suit or in his new very comic accurate suit, and then have him come with two small guns. I don't think that that's unreasonable. I think that he's a very small figure, and them not having to do two head sculpts and two tails, things like that, I think would save them enough that they could totally pull off just one Rocket, two Rocket actual body sculpts, because he's extremely small, and they've had us purchase a Rocket by himself now twice. He's not really worth it on his own. This is the one chance that I think you could make a Rocket figure worth it on its own, by giving you two different costumes to interchange him from. So I think that would be very cool. And then as far as the Build-A-Figure is concerned, I'd go with the Hulk in his new costume that we don't have many official images of. There are some like leaked images of it, so try to stay away from that. There's actually apparently some big spoilers being leaked at the moment, and not just like people saying what it is. It's like actual pictures from the movie. I've done my best to avoid them, but anyway, we have a Hulk in his new kind of black and gray suit with some purple highlights. I think the purple highlights are a really nice touch. Now the pop version of it has it very pinkish, so I'm not 100% sure what's the more accurate look. This is the costume that I really like for Hulk, though, so I think this will be a nice Build-A-Figure, and I think that like if I had to predict the Build-A-Figure for the next Endgame wave, it would be this Hulk. I think that's probably going to be the case. I think that would be really cool. Now, again, I will say that the War Buster or the bulkier War Machine, I'd like as a figure, and if he has to be a Build-A-Figure, then so be it. And then the only other character that I'd have as a Build-A-Figure, now this isn't really a spoiler, but it's, because I haven't seen the movie, obviously, it's from a Lego set. So if you've seen the Endgame Lego sets, this is not a spoiler for you or anything, but if you haven't, somehow, then, and you don't want to know anything, then don't listen to this. But because they will be time traveling in this movie, I think that and they're going to go back to some sort of events from Iron Man 3, I assume, because one of the Lego sets is the Hall of Armor for Iron Man, and Igor is in that set, so I assume that we're going to get to see his Igor armor again in this movie from Iron Man 3, and that would be a great Marvel Legends figure to get as a Build-A-Figure. I think that would be really cool. Although Igor didn't do anything interesting in Iron Man 3. Who knows, maybe he'll do something interesting in this movie, but even if he doesn't, he's just a really cool looking armor. So I definitely like to see Igor as the Build-A-Figure. That would be really cool too. But yeah, overall, this is the assortment that I would choose for Avengers Endgame Wave 2 if I had my choice, and without having seen the movie. So let me know what you guys think of my choices, which ones you guys would like to see, and yeah, I might do like an updated version of this once the movie comes out and I've seen it. I'm super stoked for the movie, obviously. I have my tickets to see it for the fan event on Thursday night at 5 o'clock, an hour early, and then I've got tickets for the next day to see it at 11 and 3 o'clock. So I'm super stoked for the movie. Can't wait. It's less than a week away, which is really awesome to say, I must say. So yeah, overall, let me know what you guys think of my choices, and thanks so much for watching.